Ragnarok and Elden Ring. Two fantastic games that both came out in the same year. Both games are arguably, there's no argument about it, both games are Game of the Year. However though, only one game can be Game of the Year. Now I understand what happened at the Game Awards, but I want to voice my opinion and also get you guys' opinions too, to see if Elden Ring truly deserves to win Game of the Year, or has God of War Ragnarok been robbed. Even though no one really cares about my opinion, guess what? I do. Before the year ends, let's truly find out which game is better, God of War Ragnarok or Elden Ring. Let's get to it.
ようこそ私のソウルソサエティへ。何か言いたそうだな。
What is up, everybody? It is True Sage, and of course, as always, it is pronounced True Sage. So, the best way to break down this conversation / debate is by different categories. The categories that we're going to do today is going to be raw gameplay, replay value, bosses, story, and death. 5 different categories, and we're basically going to rate each of these categories on a scale of 1 to 10 for each prospective game. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Right now, do me a favor, comment down below what game do you think should win Game of the Year and why. And while you're at it, go ahead, smash that like button. So as far as raw gameplay wise, I'm going to have to honestly say it's actually a pretty tough call between the both of them. Now, one thing that I did not like, I saw on TikTok, I don't know if I can find a video, but someone basically put high tier God of War gameplay against lower tier Elden Ring gameplay, basically trying to say that God of War gameplay is extremely fast paced while Elden Ring gameplay is very slow paced, and I did not like that at all, and I felt that was very disingenuous to Elden Ring. Now one thing I will admit, by even looking at other gameplay of God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring, is that Elden Ring actually is a little bit more of a slower paced game, especially compared to God of War Ragnarok. But at the same time, the reason why it's slower paced is because it's hard and you can't really just attack mindlessly, as you're probably gonna have to like poke twice and then step back and then dodge and wait for the enemy attack. So, but still, it's traditionally a slower paced game than God of War Ragnarok. However, the raw gameplay of Elden Ring still is fun, and it could be a lot faster paced if you so choose to be. Also, the gameplay for Elden Ring can also be very distinctive, as you can choose to be a sorcerer or just a straight warrior, fight dual wield swords, dual hammers, or just be ignorant and throw straight hands. However, while I do think that the raw gameplay in Elden Ring can be a lot more diverse, maybe just a little bit more diverse than God of War Ragnarok, I'm still going to have to give raw gameplay to God of War Ragnarok. Even though it is faster paced, it's not even just that, but God of War Ragnarok can also be extremely hard, and even comparable to Elden Ring, where it's on a higher difficulty, such as Give Me No Mercy and Give Me God of War. So you can still have that element of getting one shot with still a faster paced game, and having to swap between the Reviving Axe, Blade of Chaos, and the Spear. I'm going to give Elden Ring a 8.7 out of 10 in raw gameplay. I'm going to give God of War Ragnarok about a 9 out of 10 in raw gameplay. Replay value. Oh my goodness. I don't even think this is even a comparable thing. God of War Ragnarok definitely has some good replay value. However though, I don't even think you can new game God of War Ragnarok. But as soon as you can, like new game God of War Ragnarok, or just want to play it again, the replay value is nowhere near as good as Elden Ring's replay value. Elden Ring replay value is fantastic. Elden Ring is such a large game that it's almost hard to do the exact same thing twice. Elden Ring has so many things you can do in each new game. Different NPC quests that was blocked off from the last time. Different weapons you can only get if you do a certain NPC quest at a certain time. Many different incantations and spells and magics, and then the bosses also get progressively harder and stronger, and you gain rewards by each new game. And God of War has a lot of similarities to the new game as well, as you being able to do new things as well. You even go back after you beat Odin and get Odin's ravens and open different chests, but the replay value isn't in depth and as good as Elden Ring, especially when things like Ironwood exist. Come on, be real.
I see you, Rizhug.
So as far as replay value, I'm going to give Elden Ring a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give God of War a 8 out of 10. Bosses. Yeah, I'm not even finna sit here and talk about this for too long. Easily Elden Ring. Like I don't even want to sit here and just sugarcoat or catfish you guys on that. Oh, don't get me wrong. I love God of War bosses. Honestly, I think my favorite boss fight may not be the Thor fight at the beginning of the game, but actually the Heimdall fight. While that fight was relatively easy, I love the choreography between that fight, and I love rewatching that fight. But Elden Ring bosses is kind of almost what makes the game the game. I mean, you got Radon, Melania, Dragon Lord Pladussy, Mahogany, Lord of the Bussy. Each bosses has so many different elements to them, and some of the bosses in God of War can be just a little bit generic feeling. I'm gonna give Elden Ring a 10 out of 10. The bosses, I'm gonna give God of War Ragnarok a 8 out of 10. Story, come on. Is this even a question, bro? Elden Ring gaps. I'm joking. It was a joke. Clearly, God of War has the better story. God of War literally won like every single category of Game of the Year. God of War story is so beautiful, so amazing. The graphics look good. God of War story is so good. At times, it felt like I was playing a movie. It felt like I was watching a movie but playing it. I was so invested in the story. This is coming from a person who is a mindless idiot when playing video games and either A, skips the story mode, or B, doesn't really too much care. I was so invested in the story of God of War that I genuinely wanted to know what was going to happen next. And Elden Ring does have a good story, but not that many people really know about it. Elden Ring doesn't really take pride in the story, but yet gameplay. As a matter of fact, I mean, they talk about the story in Elden Ring, but if you really want to know the complete story and lore of Elden Ring, you probably have to go out of your way to go online and go search it up, because it isn't really in your face. And then there's so many different endings in Elden Ring at different opportunities that it's kind of hard to depict a full story. But it doesn't even compare. I'm going to give Elden Ring maybe like a 6 out of 10 a story. I'm going to give God of War a 10 out of 10 a story. Final category. And this category will decide which one is truly Game of the Year. Depth. I feel like this isn't even a comparison either. Some of you guys may actually know where this is going. God of War has a lot of depth in this game. Even after defeating the final boss, you can go back and go discover so many different voice lines that can also spill into the story and more of Kratos' character. But the depth is what makes Elden Ring Game of the Year. Like how I said earlier, Elden Ring is such a large game. It's almost impossible to discover everything. Every single time you find something new, it's so much fun and interesting. It's almost never really a boring part in Elden Ring. I mean, either you're discovering a new weapon, new magic, new incantation, new NPC story quest, new dungeon, new boss. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can new game Elden Ring like 9 times, and I'm pretty sure if on your 9th gameplay, you're still gonna be finding new things. The only way for you to new game Elden Ring and do the exact same thing you did last time is if you fucking tried. If you're just playing that's just normally and casually, you're probably gonna do something new every single time. Think about God of War Ragnarok Death being a really long, narrow street where you can see the end of it, but you can tell it's very far and very long, but you can see the end of it. And think of Elden Ring as climbing the top of the Great Wall of China and then looking at the other side of the earth. You can only imagine where the end of it is. That is the difference in depth between Elden Ring and God of War. So, in conclusion, God of War definitely has a better story, graphics, narrative, sound, and just probably a little bit more raw gameplay. But Elden Ring has better bosses, still amazing gameplay, and so much depth that it will keep you going for a long time. And that is why Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. So essentially, you're probably asking, well, say, did you just make a long video just to basically say, yeah, I also agree Elden Ring is Game of the Year? Yeah, I did that, yeah. I could have basically just made this video like 6 seconds long and just say, yeah, I also agree Elden Ring is Game of the Year, but why the fuck would I do that? Leave in the comment section down below, which game do you like more between Elden Ring and God of War? And do you believe that Elden Ring should win Game of the Year? I'm very excited to read all of your comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, all support is heavily appreciated. Remember, nevermore. Think about to be used to. Anybody that's down have less, nevermore. I'm gonna see you guys in the video. See you guys. I'm out of here. Please keep it easy.
Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize